welcome. Can y'all welcome Cheryl to the virtual building? I think this is your first virtual with us. Cheryl is new to the Fresh Start program. Y'all say welcome, welcome. Number one. And of course, number two, make sure, I see all the welcomes coming on in. I love it. Make sure that those of you who are new, you join us inside of the Facebook group over at firestarters.sistasense.com. Okay, so all my newbies and my OGs, make sure that you check in with us. Let us know what's going down, what you're up to in the Facebook group, firestarters.sistasense.com. Now, whether you're in the program or not, I want each of you to write this down. Send LaShonda a progress report. Okay, think of me as your content coach and business bestie, and let me know what's going on. Send me a progress report. Progress reports are multifaceted, right? They're helpful because I want to know how I can support you, but this is not about me. It's actually helpful for you. Just sitting down, taking the time to assess, because sometimes we know how we feel, we know what's going on or what's not going on in our business, but actually sitting and taking the time to write it out is like, oh, it's like you need that dose of clarity. So I encourage you to send me a progress report, sistasense@gmail.com. Let me know what's going on in your business right now, and I'll see how best I can support you from here, okay? Hey, Leah is in the building. Quite a few of you, I know I'm going to be talking to Leah tomorrow, have clarity calls with me. So, make sure that you're sending your progress reports, you're checking in with me via your one-on-one sessions. If you need additional support, I got you. Just let me know what that would look like for you, okay? So can you drop any of these into the chat if you plan on working on any of these going into the future? A pop-up, virtual event, a bundle, a POD, a digital product, a virtual training, or a new year offer, okay? Drop one of those into the chat, number one. And as you are doing that, number two, I'm going to show you a little bit of the good goods, a little bit of digital content creation inspiration. Then we're going to work on an offer tonight. Okay, not too hard, because I know it's late. It's late. 9 o'clock is my bedtime, so it's late for me. Jay is always like, don't tell people that 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock is my bedtime. I wake up early and I go to sleep early. But before I do, let me take you over to let's go here. Let's go to the drive. Brand new starter kit. All right. So I have been lovingly working on this right here. So one of the things I just saw somebody say bundle, right? One of the things that I said was I love to produce bundles, especially if you've been working on developing a few things throughout the year. Number one, physical content. Maybe you have a surplus of physical products, or maybe you've got some digital things. Baby, put it together in a bundle, okay? And one of my latest creations is the brand new starter kit. Quite a few ladies have said, LaShonda, I need to rebrand, like seriously, or I need to streamline and structure, clean up my brand, all the things, right? The brand new bundle is huge. It has 3 levels. There's a starter kit, a brand kit, and then the bundle. This is the starter kit. So let's take a look at the starter kit. The starter kit has several things in there. There's the brand assets training. There's the brand book, which default. Okay. So the brand book is a 60-page questionnaire. Everything is branded to look the same, right? So it's the brand starter kit, and in that there is a printable 60-page questionnaire to kind of help you think about where you are with your personal and or your business brand, all the things, right? What else is in here? The starter kit is $7. The starter kit also includes one of my latest creations, which I'm absolutely in love with, the brand board. Some of my clients have been struggling with just creating a cohesive brand. So the brand board has sections to figure out your fonts, your colors, your logos, whether it be your primary logo or your sub-project logos, your mood, your all the things. Like, there are quite a few things in the starter kit, number one. And then number two is the brand kit. So I want to show you, number one, when I think of bundle, I think of several things. Number one, I think of what are the products that you may have in surplus and access that now is the time to bundle it, put a nice sticker price on it, and give it to them, number one. Number two, I also think of what are the things that you've done throughout the year, or the best of the stuff that you've done over the years that you could present to your audience. Okay, number two. Number three, I think of who is asking what of me, right? And literally, I don't know how it is, but just energetically at certain times, people ask a certain question. And right now, it's been a lot of, I need help with cleaning up my website, restructure, rebrand, all the things. And so I felt like the brand you was divine right timing. So the starter kit is basically getting started with the process. It's a combination of some of these new things I've put together, like the brand board, the brand clarity session, and then some of these new templates. So I'm going to show you 2 new templates, and then we're going to come up with a challenge. The challenge that we're going to work on, this is like an example of that. It'll make sense in a second. The challenge that I want you to work on, this is an example of what that would look like. Let's go into Canva for a second. Back. Okay. So then we have the brand kit. Okay. All right. Okay, so here's my brand kit. My brand kit has, I don't know, 30 or 40 templates in there, and they're broken up into categories. So there's the personal brand templates, business brand templates, digital product templates, social media templates, marketing templates, and courses and training. Okay, so it's like broken up into sections. Some of those are, again, it's a bundle. So you're going to think about some of the best things that you've produced before on a theme basis. In this case, I'm like, okay, what are the things that I've created to help people with their personal branding? I'm going to put it in here, right? And then it's also going to be the new things that you've put together. I'm going to show you some of the cool new things I've worked on that I've put into this bundle real quick. And I want you to think about that. So what are some things that people are asking you about? What are some things that you've worked on either this year or over the years? What are some things that you know are trending that people would like from you? So trending things, what are some of the best things you've put together? What are those things that people desperately are asking you about? This is where the bundle is born, okay? So I want you to think about that. Now, some of this is stuff you've created before, but this is some also new stuff. So, for example, let's look at, let me see the name of it, Instagram business card. Okay, so one of the things that I worked on for this is a set of personal brand templates. And one of those is the new Instagram business card. I really cannot wait for this one because you can print it, so it's a physical business card. I want to be able to show you guys the physical version, but you can customize this to make it look like your Instagram feed. And there are different variations of customizations. And then one page can be your Instagram feed, and then the other side can be a QR code. So a lot of people are, instead of having a traditional business card, having an Instagram style business card, because influencers is a thing. Like, everybody's a creative, everybody's an influencer, everybody wants to grow their social media following. So this is something that's trending, right? I want you to think about that. If you are going to build out a bundle, it's not just about some of the old stuff you can repurpose, because trust me, I am the queen of repurposing. What are the trending things? What are things that people are asking you for, or you are looking and you intentionally know that this is what is happening in your market, right? This year we did a lot of training on AI content. We did AI assets and AI artwork. We did ChatGPT as far as using AI assisted writing for content creation. You've got to stay on what's relevant, right? And what's happening in your world, number one. Number two, so I have the Instagram business card, number one, and then personal brand. Load more. It's the lovely Faye. I love that you guys are working on your projects. Okay, so this is the personal brand one-pager. Okay. I don't know how many of you know this, but you can build websites in Canva. Number one, I've been building websites in Canva for several years. I decided to take some of my older designs and update them, especially when it comes to personal branding. So this is a one-page website, and I'll just hit preview here so that you can see what it looks like, and this is all built in Canva. So this is one of my newer designs that I've created and added into the brand kit as a part of that collection of personal templates, the personal brand kit, the business brand kit, and all the things, right? So I want you, in this case, this is something that I had designed before, but I created a new updated version, right? So this goes with my acronym, CUD. Create, update, designate time to focus on. Some of your cases, you can make a bundle based on things that you already had. Some of you can build a bundle based on things that are new, things that are trending, things that you go back and you update, things that people are asking you for, okay? As part of the brand kit, I said, you know what, I'm going to do the brand boot camp, which is what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. So that bundle has some of my best digital templates specific to the branded theme. So you're going to have a bundle, you're going to pick a theme, number one. Some of my newest stuff that nobody ever seen before, because I've been wanting to create these things, or these are trending things, number two. I said, you know what, as far as brand training is concerned, I want to do some new stuff, so I added on the new trainings as a bonus, right? So some of the things in the bundle can already exist, or you can say, hey, when you get this bundle, you're going to unlock other things I'm going to give you access to in the future. Hopefully y'all are taking notes, because I'm giving you the goods, okay? I'm just going to break it all the way down. Your bundle could pretty much be anything you want it to be. It's going to be up to you, though, to put it together based on what you have or you know you can produce, okay? And as I'm going through this, by the way, feel free to check in with me and ask questions, but I'm going to break down the absolute easiest way for you to put together a digital offer based on my newest content creation kit, but we're going to get to that in a second. The brand starter kit is an example of that. Now, let me actually show you the big bundle here. Let's go back. Because like I said, I did the brand you kit in levels. Brand you bundle. Oh, okay. So here, this is a really good example, right? The Brand View Kit is, it's got 3 levels, right? So the starter kit is $7. It's the smallest level. Then the brand kit, that's the middle level, and then the bundle has everything. One of the things the bundle has is the brand team, right? And I thought this was so cool, right? I was like, Pat, LaShonda, this is awesome. I've been doing my Back to Business virtual conference every year. How many of you have done virtual events? If you've done a virtual event, put me into the chat. So I've been doing this thing for many, many years now, number one. I've got a lot of different speakers that have mentioned a lot of different things. I didn't put all the speakers in this thing. I specifically added the speakers who talk about branding. So Kim Coles is an actress. She's well known. She's done so many sessions for Back to Business, specifically on your voice, your message, your story. She talks about the art of storytelling. Jay Stone, she's literally called the brand. Okay, back in the day, right, when Jay and I met, I think we met at a Black Enterprise event. She was the brand coach. Now she is the brand mother, right? She's rebranded her name from the brand coach to the brand mother. Nicole Brown, she is the creator of Izzy and Liv. And she came on and talked about how to create a customer-centric brand. So Milton Lawrence, he is a photographer, and he talks about how to create selfies, that can help you promote yourself and your business. So essentially, this here is a collection of the individual speakers that have specifically talked about things that are related to branding. Charvette Mitchell talks about how to propel your brand forward. Pam Perry, she's in PR and marketing. She talked about brand exposure. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you could simply sell your replays. Everybody could do that. But if you can pull out certain themes or conversations, so Simona and I, we were talking about her developing a new offer, but then specifically on profit and productivity and pulling out sessions from herself or speakers around productivity, right? So if you can pull out a theme, that would be great. Now, when I go back to my Brand You Kit, and trust me, it's all going to come together, but before I show you the project, I need you to come up with ideas. So hopefully you're coming up with some ideas, okay? Now, I showed you the Brand Kit. So the Brand Kit has like 5 parts in it. And then let's look at, there's the Brand You bonus. Okay, so the bonus has extra goodies. So there are a ton of PDFs in this thing, okay? So it has the boot camp, it's got some stock photos, it has a brand content creation calendar, the brand team, which is that one that I just showed you, the brand challenge, and then another bundle, an extra brand bundle onto it. So just imagine each of these are different PDFs with pages and pages of either templates, resources, video replays, all the things. So then the final bundle is the Brand You bundle in its entirety, okay? So the Brand You bundle is they get the starter kit, the brand kit, they get the brand digital products, branded books, they get a training on brand marketing, another set on brand content creation, and then their bonus bundle. So that's what the whole kit includes, okay? Now, there's a page called Brand Boosters. Brand Boosters, I need you to lean in, okay? You know when you go to Amazon, right? And when you're on Amazon and you see a product, they go, if you buy this, you might also like fill in the blank. I need you to figure out what your fill in the blank offers are. So I said, well, listen, if you bought the brand starter kit, the brand kit, or the whole kit and caboodle, right? Maybe you want to work with me a little bit more on your branding. So number one, you could get some brand clarity calls with me. One of my clients, she's got her first clarity call session with me tomorrow for branding. Is she here? Andrea, are you here? Wait, no, not Andrea. Okay, forgive me. I think it's Andrella. Tomorrow. Excuse me. Oh, hold on one second. I need some water. So we're doing a combination of clarity sessions specifically around her branding, number one. And then I'm doing brand audits for her, which is essentially me. I love that I get to listen to the background. Just randomly, I'll go, oh, and I'll hear somebody in the background. We're doing a combination of brand audits where I'm reviewing her sales pages, her products, and her website, auditing that and giving her some feedback during our brand clarity coaching sessions. So me actually doing one-on-one sessions, web design, landing page design, putting together print-on-demand products, or working with clients for 12 months as part of my Insider Circle program. These are some of the solutions, the next step solutions I've put into each of these documents. So I want you to think about that. Are you in a space where outside of what you would give to somebody immediately, you have other things you would love for them to invest in, whether working with you directly through coaching, through services, or other offers? The Citizen Circle is my membership community, mentorship, and accountability each month. What are the different things that you have, and are you putting it in a way that it is structured, that it's organized? And you can say, here, look through it. If you have questions, check in. I'll let you know which one could be the best fit for you, okay? What would that look like for you? Now, this is like an orca. This is a big baby right here, okay? It's got a lot of pieces, but in order for me to help you come up with what I'm about to tell you, I want you to come up with, I had to visually show you the many parts of this, because this is an example of the offer I want to help you produce, okay? So let's do two things. I'm going to check the chat and make sure that you guys are good. And then I also want to go to sistersense.com/brandu so that you can see the sales page, how it's broken down, and then you can mentally think about some offers and how maybe some of these strategies might be helpful to you when it comes to putting your offers together, working on your sales page, and potentially moving forward. Like I said, we're thinking about the holiday season in three parts: November, December, January. Depending upon who you are, where you are, and what you have ready, my goal is that you don't overstress, but you identify which time frame makes the most sense for you as far as the kind of offers you want to create and when you want to release them. So as I mentioned before, this is this.com/brandu. I'll go into this page in more detail because I want to start your challenge project now. But first, I just kind of want to show you that it's simply broken up into those three parts: the starter kit, 1, the brand kit, 2, and then the entire bundle, number 3. Okay. So let's go over to your challenge, because it's ready. It's time for your challenge. And then I'm going to check the chat to see if you guys have any questions for me. Okay. All right. So we are back in our slides, and we are ready for the challenge, okay? So let's see. Faye says, definitely need that branding audit in my life. I'll schedule a session. Awesome, definitely. I need help to make a fresh start. It's time, right? You know, wherever you are, whatever you're trying to do, whether it's the Fresh Start program, brand new, or just sitting here with me right now, I'm trying to create a space where you have the grace to just kind of reset yourself, right, and think about what you want. And like I said, outside of what we do today, one of the easiest things you could possibly do is just to sit down and create a progress report of where you are, and send that to me, right? It gives you an opportunity to just kind of sit down and reflect for yourself, but then also to connect with somebody like myself, that could offer some insight, support, and direction. Now, today's challenge, okay, if you choose to accept it, is to create what I call an everything offer, okay? And this, like, I have like the biggest smile on my face because I've been doing this for years. I have been creating these everything offers, and I've put it together in a way that I've never done before. So I'm super, super excited to be able to share with you what this content creation kit looks like. But before we get to the kit, let's start here, okay? An everything offer is, to me, my newest way of saying put together some sort of a bundled package for your audience, okay? Now, the everything offer that we're going to talk about is going to be comprised of excuse me, anywhere between 3 to 7 pieces, okay? Now, ideally, we're looking at digital products because, like me, many of you are information entrepreneurs and you create digital content. But here's the deal. I don't just create digital content. I also have physical products, number one. I also offer services, number two. So a lot of years, what I've done and continue to do is create a hybrid of offers that actually have a combination of physical products, digital products, services, calls, all the things, right? So I want you to think out of the box when it comes to what you could or what you consider to be your best potential offers that you could make an everything offer that's irresistible to your ideal customers, okay? Now, when it comes to this conversation of 3, 5, or 7, again, I put digital products here, but if you want to do a hybrid, you are free to. What I want you to think about is the following. Number one, new stuff, okay? So the newest stuff that you have produced and have put together, either it's finished or it's like practically finished, the new stuff, okay? Number one. The evergreen stuff, number two. Now, some of you know what evergreen is and some of you don't. Does everyone here know what evergreen is? Yes or no? I'm just curious. I'll just wait and see what you guys say. I'm going to go on to the new one, the next one, but I'll come back to evergreen in a second. The pre-sale stuff. So that's the stuff that it's not quite ready, but you can sell it now and then deliver it to them later, whether you have to physically ship it or deliver it to them in some sort of digital format, or you're doing it as a service, a real-time event, whether that be in person or virtual. What are some things that you can put into your digital product, okay? So I was showing you, oh, I'm sorry, I see some no's. Evergreen, okay? I thought evergreen is timeless content that is not dated. Absolutely. Who said that? Let me go back. Hey, Sherry, yes, absolutely. Evergreen content is content. Oops, is that Siri trying to pop up on my screen? Hold on. Ooh.
I'm not sure I understand.
See, look at that. Come on, Siri. How do I get her off the screen? All right, Siri's gone. Evergreen, yes. Evergreen is timeless content. So there are things that you produce, right? For example, I was just talking about one of my clients, Katoya, and her calendar It's called Moon Cycles for her Woomology brand, right? And I was saying, are you going to repurpose the calendar? And she said, yeah, but I do have to build it over because obviously some of the dates are, she did that calendar back in 2018. And so she's got the different moon cycles for the year 2018, right? That is something that can't be sold as is now because those dates aren't relevant now, right? Evergreen is when you produce something that is timeless. It doesn't matter what year it is or what day it is, it's going to be valuable content to your audience, right? It's not dated or time specific. So as I just showed you, my brand new, I don't even know what to call it. Well, it's the bundle, but it's kits and bundles, right? Because if there's two kits in one big bundle, right? That whole thing is comprised of pretty much everything that you see here. It's got a combination of new offers, new content, number one. It's got evergreen content, some of my best trainings and personal brand templates, mine plus my team being these experts that I just showed you who have spoken as part of my events, and Izzy and Liv, the Izzy and Liv brand, I don't know if you know, she's a multi-million-dollar company, right? Amazing, still here. If you want to know how to build a customer-centric, product-based brand, she talked about it, right? If you want to know April, her brand is called Epic Woman. She talked about, how to create a successful Facebook group and social media community, right? These things are evergreen. They're still relevant. And so that's in there. Pre-selling and RTE events. So I said, listen, I am going to do the brand new boot camp for 4 weeks, and I think I want to extend it to 2 more weeks because 4 weeks is next week, and I'm like, I feel like there's more that I want to teach in the boot camp. But anywho, I said, okay, I'm going to put that in there, right? And then adding on information about how to do your own branded events and pre-selling that by including it into the offer, right? So these are things I want you to think about, not just as concepts, but I'm visual, so I want to be able to show you my brand new package, and maybe that can kind of connect the dots because you can do one, but you can do all of the above. You can repurpose old evergreen content. You can add some new things in there. You can say, hey, some of this stuff, you're going to buy it now, and I'm going to give it to you later, right? Or you're going to sign up now, and then we're going to do these virtual events or these real-time events later, okay? That's the first part of this everything offer that I want you to think about. Now, those of you who, Print is messing with my keys. What is it? What do you need, Print? Do you need love? Do you need rubs? Okay, you get love. Those of you who are thinking about this as a possible project, okay, I want you to identify, sorry, I was just checking the chat real quick. I want you to identify, can you put together an everything offer where you're giving them the best of what you can give them in a set of 3, 5, or 7. Now, here are some ideas. Number one is a set where you're giving them, like, if I would say it's a theme-specific set. So, for example, I just talked about brand new. Obviously, ding, 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 the theme is branding, right? And then I talked about Simona and her project. The theme is productivity, right? Specifically when it comes to mompreneurs. I want you to think about if perhaps you could do a set where you have, this is a very simple example, a webinar that has a workbook, and then you attach some sort of bonus onto it. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Bam. It's done. Okay. You may already have that. Some of you have a lot of stuff that you just sitting on and you're not doing nothing with it, right? Whether it be some things that you created this year or over the years. And like I said, this is not a project that is limited to those of you who have created things. Many of you could just create new things, right, using this concept, right? Do a new pre-recorded webinar, attach a workbook to it, and add a bonus. Bam, you're done. The next is a series. So as you know, we're doing the Holiday Marketing Mastermind. Guess what? I do 2 of these masterminds every month, and every month there's a theme. So this month is holiday marketing, so we've got 2 sessions, 1 theme, right? We've got 1 more set this year, and then we're done for this year. That means 2 a month for 12 months, 24. I do that every single year, right? What do you do with all of those? Well, I call it Mastermind on Demand. So when you go to my member area, you can literally pay to access the new ones for the year or access the on-demand ones from the previous year, right? So can you put together a series of classes, of courses, of publications, right? I do. I do with extra O's, right? You've got some awesome stuff. Some of you have been rocking and rolling with me, creating magazines, creating journals, creating ebooks. You have publications that you have self-published that you can pull together and present to your audience, right? Think about it, this time of year when people buy huge sets of, those Lord of the Rings fans or Harry Potter fans. I just watched Hunger Games, so I'm a Hunger Games kind of a girl. And just looking at developing these big collections that you can sell individually or as sets, right? So do you have the potential of creating a series? Do you have the potential of repurposing one? So, for example, one of my ebooks sets is almost ready. It's not quite ready yet, so I have it on pre-sale. But I think the first 2 are available with the purchase of the set. So I made it so that when people sign up, they can immediately dive in and have stuff to read, but then the rest of them will be delivered via email, right? So this is not a situation when you go, oh, Lashonda, I'm out. I can't do this because I don't have anything created yet. And you can pre-sell, or you can give them a piece. I call that what? A taste tester. You can give them a sample size taste tester of what's to come, or you can give them a placeholder while you're waiting for this thing to be produced and delivered to you. Here's something for you to take advantage of, okay? There's no excuses why you shouldn't be selling something. And by the way, the Everything offer, the goal here is for you to put together a digital set that is anywhere between $30 to $50. But of course, you have the potential of doing not just digital, but also making it a hybrid where you add on physical stuff and or services. So this could be as big as you want. One of the things that I am doing with the release of this new content creation kit is the full Everything offer training and showing how I take offers like this that literally can start at $7 and on any given day can make anywhere between $700 to $997 from that one offer. I've done it. I just did it. The Fresh Start program literally started off as a program that was $37 for the 90 days. That's where Fresh Start started, right? And there are offers inside of Fresh Start that go all the way up to $997, and I have ladies who have registered for Fresh Start at every single level of the program. $37, $97, $297, $497, and $997. And so you have the potential to create an entry point offer, right? And remember, my entry point offer is the $7 solutions. They start at $7, but then that next range is you taking it into that $30 to $50 range, and then $50 to $100, and then building from there. Okay. So for example, let's pause on this for a second so I can go back to the visual. The Brand New Boss set is very similar in design to the sales page that I did for my Fresh Start program. And it literally, you can start here at $7, right? Then there's the $97 and there's the $297. Now, if you scroll down, there are some other things in here. Number one, I mentioned that some of you are in my Sister Sense Circle, which is the monthly program. That rate is going from $47 to $97 a month soon as I transition into the new year. And then I also have my digital business bundle, which is $100. And I think those are the only two things that are on here. So on this page, someone can spend as little as $7, or let's just add on all the things. If you add every single thing, they will walk away spending $444 in total in this purchase, and then however long they stay in the program, that's going to be $47 a month. So I look at, number one, tiered pricing, where I'm able to, on one sales page, create a space where there's a variety for people to go, ooh, I can get something from LaShonda that's like my starter kit. I like, I'm gonna lie to you. I look at that thing and I'm like, man, $7 really? Like the brand board kit is in there. Like there's some stuff in there that I really put my love in. And I was like, are you really gonna put all of this in here for $7? Yes, because I believe you want your entry point offers to be low price point but high quality. They're not going to convert to the next level if they look at the thing and go, I could have Googled that. You know, I could have watched a YouTube video for that. You know, you want it to be something that is insatiable, right? Insatiable is, you know, it's tasty, but you're still hungry. You still want more. And being able to create pages where there are multiple price points, pages where you can go from a few dollars to several hundred, if not several $1,000s, that's a concept that we definitely are going to continue to dig into. I mean, this is what I do. I talk to y'all about making sense of making money online. That's just the sense, right? But I want you to be able to see how putting together an everything offer can develop into a higher price point just from one page, okay? So drop a number into the chat for me if, as I'm talking to you right now, you can envision yourself putting something together that has either 3, 5, or 7 parts to it. Drop a number into the chat, okay? And then I want you to let me know if you've started to think about, would it be a set? Would it be a series? Maybe a collection of sessions, right? So, for example, I do these mastermind sessions every month. I could do a collection of recorded, pre-recorded, or replay sessions, right? Maybe it's a summit. Now, you could take one summit and then sell the replays from that. In my case, I have over 10 plus years worth of conferences. I could, which I've done, which is I've actually organized them into themes. So it isn't necessarily, oh, listen to X year of content, but listen to content around this topic. And that to me is the better way to do it. So summit of featured speakers, experts, and panels, or segments, right? Everybody talks about podcasting because it works. And podcasting is a really great way to help get you in front of people, especially if you don't like to do video. But I'm going to do the annual planning mastermind next month, so hopefully you can attend that one. But one of the things that's been trending, and you can let me know if you've noticed this or not, but quite a few entrepreneurs and influencers are moving over to private podcasts. Has anyone produced and or seen other people invite them to a private podcast, right? So unlike the regular podcast that everybody gets to find, you have to be invited. You have to have exclusive access to a private podcast. Some of them are free and exclusive, and others are premium and paid. So thinking about if you would like to create an offer, maybe you want to do some sort of a course, maybe not a video, do an audio course or a premium podcast. That's definitely something. We're definitely going to talk about trends when it comes to things that have been kicking off this year and are going to go full steam ahead next year. But premium podcast, premium and private podcasts, that's a big part of the conversation. So 3, 5, or 7, number 1, sets, series, sessions, summits, segments, number 2. Those are just a few ideas as far as what you could put into your everything offer. And like I said, friendly reminder, this is not limited to just digital products. You could put your services in there. Like I said, I do web design, I do graphics design. You could put your physical products in there. Many times when I work with clients, when they come out and work with me in person, I will give them physical kits, tripods. I've given, clients hard drives, microphones, things that will help them with their content creation efforts, because that's what we do primarily when we work together in person, or I'll mail out boxes, kits to clients, right? So physical products, digital products, services, all of the things. So let me know what you're coming up with, number 1. And number 2, I'm going to show you another example of taking a low price point offer and turning it into a high ticket offer. If you have any questions about this, let me know, and then we'll go into the final part of today's conversation around marketing and sales for the holidays. Then we'll wrap up for today. All right. So 7. Oh, Levon is going for the goal, 7. So what are you going to put in that, Levon? Let me know. Cheryl says 5. Angela says 3. Yondell says 7. Light bulbs are going off. I love it. I love those light bulb moments. They always make me smile. Simona says yes, no. I am. So some of you have heard of private or premium podcasts. Some of you have not. I am a part of a private podcast. Sounds intriguing. It is. It's like a new thing that everybody's doing. Well, not everybody, but it's a thing. It's coming. It's like a quiet creep, and then all of a sudden you can't help but see it everywhere, right? All over the place. But this is definitely something that I want you to think about, not just the possibility of what you can produce. Yes, private or premium. So private in that, you could go to like Spotify, Google, Apple podcast, and you could just search and find, right? Private ones you cannot search and find. You have to get the link directly from the person who produced it. It's not publicly searchable or accessible, number 1. Number 2, it can also be premium. Now, some private podcasts are free. You just have to get exclusive access through the person who's put it together. And some are premium, where unlike, again, a traditional podcast where they are free, premium podcasts have a charge. So as a matter of fact, as I'm going to show you one website, I'll show you 2. Here is a good example of a premium podcast. It's not a high price point, absolute. It's not a high price point, but it is premium. Okay, so Absolutely Mental is a premium podcast, okay? They are currently on season number 3. For me, I don't listen to them. What I fell in love with when I discovered this particular podcast about 2 years ago is the design. I'm a designer, and so I follow things where visually they just make my heart sing. So what you'll notice is, let's go to, can I go to season 1? I'm going to just hit play. Okay, so the most important thing I'll show you is this. There is a price point, okay? So they've got several seasons. You can, in some seasons, listen to a few episodes for free, and then you have to pay to listen to the rest, right? Not terribly a lot. It's like $14.95, but it's a thing. I said, honestly, I've never purchased this podcast. I just fell in love with the design. It was the inspiration behind, let's go to sistasense.com / where can I go? Seasons? Does this one have it? Brand you. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. It's funny because I can usually just kind of like rattle off things off the top of my head, and not today. Not today. But I know there's a page with an audio, so let me find it real quick. Oh, I think this one. Yes. Okay. So I created CEO Day as like my version of Prime Day. My son, his initials are CEO, Christopher Eden Otley, and his birthday was literally this weekend. So we celebrated CEO Day. And if you look, my player is at the bottom. Hey, boss. Hey, today we celebrate CEO Day. So it's not exactly the same player, but it was inspired by this one here. So that was one, just came to me as somebody was like, premium, yes. So again, a private podcast is one thing, a premium is paid. Obviously, it's private because you can't unlock it unless you pay for it. But private podcasts don't have to be paid. Some people give them away for free as like a lead magnet. It's like a new lead magnet. A lot of people, as opposed to doing like a traditional lead magnet, are like, sign up to my premium podcast and you'll get exclusive access to listen to fill in the blank. Okay. sistasense.com /ICP. All right. So ICP stands for Insider Circle Program. Now, my Insider Circle Program is a 12-month experience, and it is $9,995 or $29.95 as part of a payment plan. Now, what does this include? This is an everything offer, okay? This, again, I've been doing these for years, so it's like, show them. Show them, LaShonda. So this includes a lot of things. Number one, it includes access to my Digital Boss Academy. It includes my in-person events here in North Carolina. It includes access to my monthly program for 12 months. It includes one-on-one sessions with me. It includes web and graphics design services. So I basically take pretty much everything and I put it into this one thing, okay? Print-on-demand products, digital product creation, support, coaching for 12 months, okay? So it doesn't mean that when you put together your everything offer, it's limited to just digital products. It really can be what you want it to be. But for the purpose of simplicity, it could just be as simple as at least three digital products. Okay? So those are some examples. Hopefully that is helpful. Yandel says, today I saw Joe Biden did an interview with John B., but it's not available mainstream. It's available via Patreon. Yeah. People are using these virtual platforms for real, for real. I actually got a notification from, I told you guys about an illustrator. I love her comic, and I pay for her Patreon because I like to read her comic. It's like $5 a month. So Patreon is, and a few of my clients are working on putting their memberships onto Patreon. So it's one of several. My membership is on Samcart, and one of my clients is on Mighty Network. I mean, they're just different platforms on which you can develop your program or community or whatever it is that you're trying to do on like a subscription basis. I've pretty much dealt with all of them on some level. It's kind of, it depends on what you need as far as which one you would sign up for. It's part of course that I signed up for, so it's free. Yep. So you signed up for a course and then you got that as a free with purchase, right? So either it's completely free as a lead magnet, it's a free incentive and you get it with a purchase, or you have to pay for it outright. But premium, or rather private podcasts are becoming very, very popular these days. All right, so I have to like go through my brain. Yes, okay. So here is install later. Here is what I want to show you. We're going to get to marketing and sales, and that'll be our final part for today. But I have to minimize this screen real quick. So I'm going to show you what the everything offer looks like, at least a part of it anyway. Okay, so the everything offer, the baby of it is what I call my Power PDF. So my Power PDF, it started off as like a Google Doc, and I would put links to the different things that someone purchased, right? So if you purchased, like, let's say, for example, a webinar, and then you got to watch two videos, and then you got to download a PDF guide, everything would be in that simple PDF document. Then I made the Power PDF, which was a prettier version of that. This, to me, by far, is the prettiest of them all. So this is one version of the everything offer. It starts off as a document where you can basically decide how many offers you're going to include and then how much extra stuff you want to add into your deliverable. So this document is what you would use to deliver your content, okay? So first let me show you, before I go into this one in more detail, let me show you a simple one. So Drive Content Creation Kit. Okay. So here is my 2020 Content Creation Kit. This is an everything offer, and I designed this in Google Docs, and it's simply a document with 2 pages full of links, okay? So this is where you basically have something in which you can put all your stuff and then deliver it to your audience. So I have things that people can access like templates, audios, videos, things they can download, and then I basically give them the links to everything in this one document, okay? So my Everything Offer Kit basically is a more polished look for that same concept. The first thing that you'll see is that there are 7 different cover designs. I've been building documents like this for years, ebooks, workbooks, planners. So I took that as the foundation for the cover designs, number 1. And then number 2, this is where you say, okay, LaShonda, I only have 3 things. Okay, then maybe you want a page where you have 3 boxes. Okay, you give them a little bit of an introduction, you change the branding so that you have the color scheme, it looks the way you want, and then you link to your 3 things. Click here to watch your webinar. Click here to download your ebook. Click here to get your worksheets. Bim, bam, boom. Save, you deliver. Okay, so that's for 3. Then there's another page for 5 items. Then, let's keep scrolling. You have the opportunity to add even more to your documents. So I beef up my documents. I will say, here are some recommended resources. Outside of me selling the main offer, I'm going to sell you other stuff. I'm just going to keep it real. Number 1, I'm going to sell you some of my own resources. Number 2, I'm going to sell you resources that I recommend. I generate revenue every month through affiliate programs. When people purchase things from me through Amazon, or when they sign up to Canva or ConvertKit through me, I generate revenue. So if you want to take that document and then add on extra things to it, you can. And this is just a beefier version of the Power PDF that I have been building up until this point. And so one of the things that I encourage you all to do is, as I like to say, build on what you've already built. These are foundational pieces that I have been putting together for years, and every year I just work on making them better. That content creation kit you saw was from 2020, right? And this is my everything content creation kit that is this year, right? I love this page. This page is the Stay Connected page, where literally you can drag and drop, because each of these, you can drag elements in here, brand it, make it your own. So they can browse your website, they can browse their store, they can sign up to your newsletter, and you can add your social media links. Now, do you have to add these? Absolutely not. Everything is customizable. You can actually delete any of those icons and then put in, maybe you don't want LinkedIn, maybe you want TikTok, put in an icon that best matches what you want at the bottom here to be featured. Or maybe you want like a globe, so you want to give them a link to your website. Or maybe you want to add a little pin so that you want to give them the Google map to your address. Some of you have brick and mortar locations, right? So what you use these icons for, totally up to you. And of course, having a meet the instructor page, so that you can talk a little bit more about you and what you do. Over the years, I've really been intensely thinking about what are the pieces that I can help my clients produce to make their lives easier and help them create things faster. And this piece, I've not done this to this level. The Power PDF, it's great, but it was just this, right? It didn't have as many variations. So now you have the opportunity to have 3, 5, or 7, and honestly, you can have multiple pages. So you can have 9, 14, you can have 10, you can have 30, and really just kind of build it out and make it your own, right? Definitely, absolutely, definitely next level. And I also wanted to make sure that however you wanted it to look, you had options. So, for example, if you notice this header at the top, there are different sizes. So this one is slightly larger because it's less content. And that's the thing. I want everyone to be able to confidently create something that is pretty and professional without going, I don't have enough stuff to fill this. You ever gotten a template like mine or maybe somebody else's? You're like, I don't have enough stuff to put in this thing. And you start trying to make up some stuff like, what can I put in this thing? As long as you can have as little as 3 pieces, you can put something in here, right? And then the rest of it will be filled out enough so it doesn't feel empty. If you want to add a resources page, great, but you don't have to. If you want to add a Let's Stay Connected page with your newsletter, your websites, your social media, a bio page, you can, but you don't have to. This really is a build it as you want it to be, okay? You can have as many as 7 links on one page, and then also you can change the style of the page. So some versions have this, which you notice that the top is smaller, and then it's got this large text section here, and then it has these photos in here as well. Now, mind you, really and truly, it's just those 3 main offers. But if you wanted to add clickable photos or just put photos in there in general, you could, and it still would feel full, right? And that's what I was talking to a client last week, and she was like, LaShonda, I was so excited to put this offer together, but then the fire kind of fizzled because I didn't feel like it was beefy enough. I didn't feel like it had enough stuff in it. And I want you to be able to put something together that you feel proud of, right? That it looks the way you want and it includes what you want, right? So that is essentially what this particular content creation kit is, an opportunity for you to create an everything offer for your audience. There are several variations of the header in particular. So if you don't want to use a stock photo and you want to use something a little simpler, there's this set here that has like the laptop. I love these flat lay images with the coffee and the succulent. And then there's another style here with the keyboard and the iPod, earpods, just slight variation so that you can really customize it and make it your own. Now, this is just the first of, you remember I showed you the brand kit, right? The brand new kit, how many documents that has. This is the same thing. So this one is just, I don't want us to be on here all night, so I'm not going to go through all of them. But I showed you one with speakers, right? So there's a version of this where you can have a different set of speakers. And then there's, let's scroll through. Let me show you one. There's this version where you can showcase your audio content. So like if you have your podcast, whether it's a public podcast or a private one, you can have different photos, you can have your episodes, and then have a page for that. So whether it's different speakers, whether it's, maybe you have a set of videos and you want them to be able to see like the video, click the video, and it takes them to wherever you have your video, YouTube, Vimeo, whatever, wherever your videos are uploaded online, there are multiple style pages for you to be able to create something quickly with your content, right? So this is the new content creation kit to allow you to create the everything offer. There are 2 levels of it. This level is the simple set. I don't know, it's 47 pages in the simple set. And then from here, you have the full set, and the full set includes all of those media pieces. So being able to have special pages for video versus audio, your stuff versus stuff with speakers, stuff that you want them to download, like workbooks and worksheets and things. There are lots of different special pages. But this is just kind of an example of what you could potentially do. So my goal to you is that whether you use something like the Everything Offer Content Creation Kit or not, you are able to start working on building bundles and collections that can help you increase your profit per sale. I was somebody who was absolutely scared of charging. I'm not ashamed to say it because everybody has to start somewhere, which is why I started with low price point stuff, because I didn't think anybody would buy my high ticket stuff. I didn't have anything that was high ticket. And when I wanted to make more money, the first thing I learned how to do was to produce bundles, right? And so, again, independent of that particular content creation kit, just using the concept that I shared with you today gives you a foundation that can help support you when it comes to putting together your own everything offer. The kit is actually my holiday offer, so it's not available for release yet because everybody has to have some fun things they get to drop for the holidays, and that is mine. But I do have it attached to Brand You. So if you were to go to sistersense.com/everything, when it's unlocked, it's going to take you to the Everything Offer Kit. Right now, it takes you to Brand You. Why? Because if you go to Brand You, if you get the brand kit or the full bundle, you can get the Everything Content Creation Kit for free as a bonus. So that's for now as an exclusive fast action bonus attached to the brand kit. And then when I officially release it for my holiday offer, it'll have its own page. Well, the page is basically sistersense.com/everything. Right now, it takes you to Brand New. So if you like Brand New and you want to get the Brand New bundle or the brand kit, you will get the Everything Kit for free as a bonus from yours truly. The details are here, but of course, if you have any questions about that, feel free to let me know. Okay? So think about putting together your own everything offer, whether you get the kit or not. What would that look like for you, number one? And then number two, how are you going to make the moolah? Okay? How are you going to make the moolah? That's marketing, that's sales. That's the last part of the good for today. Now, there are many things that you could potentially do when it comes to marketing and sales online. I am going to go through a short list, okay? Now, the first thing that you see here is direct marketing. Here's the key. Whether you have a traditional email list or not, unless you are sitting underneath somebody's Stonehenge, you are someone who knows several someone.